I'm going to show you how I made my taillights do that on a little 64 Comet project car. Not a lot of cash, not a lot of time. Don't need to be all that smart. So now I will make a disclaimer. Mine are LEDs. All my lights in my car, I'm putting retrofitting LEDs into them. It's really an easy process. So if you want LEDs as well, you can do it at the same time. I cannot tell you whether this will work with incandescent bulbs. I have no idea. So I know it works with these, and like I say, it's cheap. Alright, so this is going to be kind of show you the sequential tail light setup on this, how I did it, and what I've started out with first, so you understand. My car obviously is not stock by any means. Alright, currently I've got these pigtails I've made, and they're I got two of them, and you can see up here one goes to the green wire, which is the turn signal wire. Now on our stock wiring, that's going to be, I don't know, orange, purple or something. I don't remember. It's a striped wire. And I got a brown wire. What I've got is a trailer hookup wire running through here. So I got a 4-wire trailer. It's got green, yellow, white, and brown in it. That's just what I chose to use. So I've got obviously all of them tied together, and they're something similar on the stock wiring harness. They're maybe jumpering from light to light. Now on stock wiring harness, there's only 2 bulbs hooked up. The third bulb, which is in this middle hole, is a backup light. Mine didn't have any, obviously. The socket exists, whether these backs are all the same. It doesn't matter what you got. If you got one's got backup lights or not, they're all the same. So if you don't have anything in the middle one, you actually have a place for one to go. But my brown wire splits into 3 separate pigtails that run to each tail light for the tail lights. Also, you see on mine I got these white wires that are useless. You ignore the white wires. They're just ground wires. They were part of a different sequencer. It didn't work, and I just didn't take them off there. Well, these just unplugged. That one just comes right off there. So this one I soldered on there, so I'm leaving it. I may need a ground wire for something. Excuse me. The green wire is the turn signal wire, and it does the same thing. It splits into 3, and each goes to the brighter portion of the bulb. I don't know what to call that, but on those 1157 bulbs, there's a tail light bulb that's dimmer, and the blinker bulb or the brake light bulb that's brighter part filament. There's 2 filaments. These are obviously not incandescent bulbs or LEDs. I did all my lights in LEDs. This should work whether you got LEDs or incandescents. I'm not going to test it for you. You'd have to do that yourself. But whatever. You switch to LEDs. This socket right here is just a cheapie. It's a Dorman, I think, and it just clips right in there. It's an 1157 socket. Won't have this white wire again. I soldered that on there. This is the bulb I used. It's a Sylvania. I'll tell in the description which, or I'll post up there what those are. This is a red one. So I tried some cheap Chinese ones. I'm not saying these aren't Chinese, but they're not cheap. They're like $7 a piece, which maybe is not expensive either, but take it for what it is. That's not important for the sequencer, just a bulb. So and that fits right in this hole. Now you may or may not, if you got backup lights and you want to do this, you'll have to move your backup light. I don't know what you'll do. The other choice, you can try putting a red bulb with a clear lens. I don't know what it'll look like. But the center one is just a single deal. The outside ones light the whole tail light. And I've seen people who like to block it so it's just the tail lights and leaves the rest dark. I wanted mine all show, so I like it the way it is. So anyway, just real quick, this was the test rig on the sequencer, and you'll see how it was done, what these units are. Again, I'll put a description of what these are. These are both the same. They're a relay. That's a relay, and then this is a little timer, a little EV screw on top, and that screw has to be way out for that to even work. So first I didn't think they worked, but I will go more detail on how these are wired together. This is middle tail light, and this is outside tail light. Doesn't really matter. And then your inside tail light's hooked right in direct like it always has been, so that doesn't change. What I've got, and you'll have here, this is what I've got on this, and again this is gonna just showing you what my test rig was. Here's my blinker wire, which is yellow for the left-hand blinker, and I just got it forked, and the blue goes direct to the tail light, so that's my direct wire to the tail light. See, it goes on inside tail light. The yellow wire I've got coming off. None of my colors, I've got colors that are repeated, so you just have to only deal with what I've done. So the yellow wire will be the power, goes into this first plug, which also jumpers over to the first plug on this one. And that's all that one does. This brown wire is on both of them's ground wire. They're all tied together. Those are ground wires. So, and then this one, as you can see on this end, this yellow wire coming out, and I'll tell you what these are, that they're labeled. This middle one's a common wire. It's this COM on it. It's a common, and it's actually, if you look on this one, it's coming from this VC connection, and it's running back into that common, and then it jumpers over to the common on this one. So, and then this one, the blue one, is the outside tail light, last one, and the yellow one is the middle one. I said that, but the middle, that's the middle one. And the brown wires, which are running around, they all go up here. They're all hooked onto the ground. So that's really all there is to that. And I'll show you further how you adjust those. So here's some of the components that I am using. I bought this little metal box. It comes in 2 parts. It was cheap. It was like $12 off Amazon. It's got a couple end caps here, some screws. Neat thing about it, besides that it comes in half, is you see these little, let's see better over here, these little slots. You can slide a card and a board in there. We don't exactly have a board. What we got instead is this outlet cover. You can cut that down to fit in that slide in that, so maybe. We'll see. I haven't done it yet, so it may not work. Of course, the little sequencers come like this, or actually delayed relays. There you can see what they are. 4 of them. The other 2 are over there on the rig, test rig. This adjustable LED flasher. I haven't actually put it in yet, but yeah, about dodges 3 times. That's what you call, don't understand why they don't hire somebody that can actually interpret stuff before they make stuff for the U.S. market. Who might ask, you know, I guess somebody who can actually interpret English properly probably costs more. So I think it about dodges 3 times. It probably turns about 3 times. I'm not sure. This is a little adjustable knob on the top. But anyway, and then I got some trailer. I'm going to use this bonded trailer wire to hook it up. You don't have to. Do whatever you want. I have it, so I'm going to use it. I can color code everything as it goes out. My intention right now is to bring all 3 wires into here, and that would be each turn signal and the brake light, or the tail lights. And then from there, I'll bring them out each side. They all look the same coming out each side because I don't have other colors, but that's fine. We'll just run them out. I don't know. We'll see. The colors run out there, so that I may leave them bonded together, so and bring out the tail light and the blinker light together and maybe put a double plug on it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, so you need some plugs too and some connectors. And I'll come back. I'm going to trim this down so it fits in that slot. So that'll be the thing to mount these onto. You mount these onto them. Hopefully there's enough room there. I'll figure out a way to mount them. They can be pretty close together, obviously, because you got to make jumpers across between them. So anyway, so I'll show you what I get done here. Okay, got the little light cover cut. See that it's not quite big enough not to have holes in it. By the way, this is a nylon one, so it's not one of those hard plastic ones. It's one of those unbreakable ones. So it's a nylon, just in case you were wondering. If you want to do something similar, you can almost use anything that'll fit in the slot there, I guess, but I want something that was insulated. I'm going to put these in something like this, I think. They could all face the same way, but I don't know. They may make them face the same way, I don't know. I got to bring the wires in to this end. Okay, got my flasher, kind of temporary in here. Well, it's hooked to the right wires. Hooked to the wires that were hooked to this one. This one's still dangling by its ground. I have to get up on the dash and find it. And of course I got the ground just running up here on this. And it works. You can watch my turn signal indicator. I don't know what I'm going to set it at right now, but alrighty. I didn't film all of this because I just didn't want to, but here they are. I mounted them like that, and what you can see here, pointer, these across the top. Yes, I've got an L on this end. I had an R on the other end, but it was too hard to write, so not enough space. So anyway, I've got these little brown wires are ground wires, and they just go in. They're all chained together, and they just go to ground. And I've got a red wire, a pink wire, and a pink wire. If you come down here, you see the pink, the red, and the red. Those 4 wires. 3 wires. Those 3 wires are hooked together. The pinks are hooked together and the reds are hooked together underneath here. Now the red wire, which are hooked together, and remember they're hooked together, so this really doesn't make any difference. You can chain them together a different way. I'll make a wiring diagram for you, but the red wires are hooked to, I don't know, that's the left, so they're hooked to this yellow wire. Let me get the camera there. They're hooked to this yellow wire right here, which is the main, it comes from the blinker. So green wire, yellow wire's left blinker, green wire's right blinker. The pink wires, of course, naturally are hooked to the green wire, which is the left side blinker. It's this brown wire going in, which is the taillight wire. And all it does is underneath here, it just bonds them together. They're all bonded together. I'll have to add one more pigtail on it for the license plate light. And you can see there, the red's like a pilot. There's power to it, and the blue is the delay. Okay, so it doesn't make sense that my left one's on the right and my right one's on the left, but we'll not worry about that. I could have flipped the box over the other way, and I probably should have, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. If it makes you happy to have them the right way, then put them the right way. It doesn't make any difference to me. Now, the future me may get all confused, but that's why the L's marked on there. So you know what's left. That means the other side's right. But the way you adjust them, I think I already told you this. So a little screw right there. You screw that thing, you got to screw it way out to get these to sequence, otherwise they'll never blink for you. But you can adjust them, and then you'll have to fiddle with them to get them to blink bright in time like you want them. You can make them, all depends on how quick your flasher is, and that's why I added the flasher, adjustable speed flasher. And the way I've got these, they're both the same, side to side. So this is middle, outside, middle, outside. So they just run right to left, or left to right. As you can see, they just flash the same way. The one on the right, as you're looking at it, is always the third light, outside light. The middle one's the two inside, the left one's the inside light. Or whatever, yeah, left one's. And they're close to being in time. Now, if you sit there and watch them, would they get out of time? I don't know. I just know I got them in time right now, so I don't want to screw with it. But the way I did it is I just ran them on the four-way flashers like you see, and I just tried to adjust the blue lights side to side to match. Fairly closely match. I ended up, you may not want to do what I did because it wasn't very smart. It was really hard to get these back bottom screws. I don't know, I haven't put the top ones in yet, neither. I just trimmed out the bottom of this side, and so the wires could go through and have plenty of room, so they were below this plastic piece, so I didn't worry about them scuffing and cutting on the edge of the metal. The cheap sequencers, and I'll give you a rundown here at the end. I'll probably just type it up there on what this all cost. You'd be surprised, pretty cheap. I wish it's how I'd gone the first place instead of buying the commercial sequencers that would absolutely not work. And these work fine. And and again, you're going to do it for probably, I say, less than 50. You're going to get close to less than $20 to do this. Again, I don't know if you don't have LEDs if it will work right. Try it, see. I have a tendency to think it may not, but but you can always switch. It's really easy to switch to LEDs, but well, don't buy cheap Chinese bulbs. But besides from that, it's fairly simple. So anyway, that's what it is. So hopefully that'll help somebody.